In this video, let's return back to that original file that we created, where we pre-set up the motor and sensor setup to follow the clawbot. Into this program, we're going to write some lines of code for a robot that we're going to provide autonomous control to. On line 6 and line 7 is where we're going to write our code. It's between the brackets under the main task. This means that what will happen is when the program launches, it will read each line in turn until the program ends. Here we can write that a motor, specifically port 1, will equal 127 RPM. Motor port 10 will also equal 127 RPM. At the moment the program language is either blue or red. If it comes up in black, you will see that the program language doesn't understand what you've written, and therefore it's an issue with the programming language. If blue or red appears, it tells you that the software understands what you're trying to do. At the moment we've said that port 1 and port 10 will turn on and move at 127 RPM, the fastest spin of the motor. However, it does not denote how long this will happen for. In programming terms, both of these events will happen almost simultaneously and almost within a millisecond, so we will not actually see the motors move. What we now need to do is denote a period of time. And this is where, on the left hand side, we can look at commands and variables for timings. For example, we could add in 1 second. What will happen here is that for 1 second, the motors will then turn on, and then nothing will happen. If we add this wait command afterwards, and turn 1 second into 5 seconds, what we're now going to do is neaten up the lines of code so that we can read these appropriately. As we can see, each line is individually laid out. It helps us to understand what we've written. If we hit a tab and move along here and hit 2 forward slashes, you will see that the text appears green. We can now write some notes to remind ourselves of what the program does. For example, program launches and waits 1 second. Motor 1 turns on. Motor 10 turns on. Program continues for 5 seconds. What we now have is green notes that remind ourselves of what we've done. We have our main task, and within the body of the main task we've denoted some time and some motor movement. What we can now do is download this to the robot and see how it functions. What we should note is that when the program runs, there's a pause for 1 second, both motors then turn on, and the program runs for a total of 5 seconds before shutting down. Try this now to see if it's worked.